Now with me is Pat English, Carlow Senior Hurling Manager. Pat, we're here to look ahead to the league, but first we're going to have a little, glance back at the Walsh Cup. I suppose the highlight of it, Pat, was going up with 15 men and producing a heroic display and defeating Meath the first day.
Yeah, I suppose when we met that morning it didn't look very good. The players decided, the management team decided that we have to go, we have to fulfil a fixture, and they did, and they hurled their hearts out. But like many other Carlow teams before them, we may not have many numbers, we've 6 clubs, and when you're missing 4 or 5 or 6 players, that it comes very tight, so that's the way it was, and they hurled their hearts out. Hadn't a lot of really hurling done, but they worked really hard on the day, and they could have given up with 10-15 minutes to go. Now, in fairness to Meath, they turned around and beat Carlow IT in the last round of it. Meath are a well organised team, they're well structured, they have a guy from down now doing their hurling coaching, and you can see the sort of the type of game that they're playing today. But we done the job on the day, and then we moved on. It was a good result, and then we moved through the league. That was phase 1 of our season, and now we've moved on from that. Phase 1 is over, it's a pre-season, and we're getting ready for the National Hurling League as it is. Now, the National Hurling League is the first opening round against Kildare on Valentine's Day, so there'll be no love lost there, I suppose. We have to be ready for it. I think they are. There's been a good response since the new year. The lads have made New Year's resolutions, and I think up to now they're following them. They're doing good work in the gym, a couple of nights training on the field, and things are starting to turn and starting to move, and we're starting to get a good bit of momentum. So I suppose I said it's a slow burner, and we're starting to burn, and hopefully we'll be burning bright come the 14th of February.
And of course, you mentioned it is Kildare and it is a Newbridge, and Kildare are definitely a team on the rise as well. I suppose if you look back maybe 6-7 years ago when Carlow were moving, Kildare are moving in the same direction. They have players like Jerry Keegan there, Martin Fitzgerald, and they're a decent team.
Yeah, Naas are starting to come back through it now. They won the league up there, and they're starting to make a force. They've 3 or 4 good players on it. Paul Lively as well, wing back. Now they've good players, they're well balanced, and they play a type of game where they're organised from the puck out and they go at you. They play route 1 hurling to take you on. So we have to, in that game, we have to go and make the breaks, take the breaks, and make sure that they don't get that primary possession, as we will with any other team. But it's a big game for us. It's our next game, so that's why it's the game, and we will go for it. We'll be ready for it, and it'll set up our National Hurling League campaign.
And I know that game is the prime focus, and you can only take one game at a time, but you can't help but look maybe a bit forward. You have Antrim, I suppose, the second last game in Ballycastle, and you have Westmeath at home. They're probably the 2 strongest teams in it. So how important is it that you do get the points early on heading into those 2 games at the latter stages?
Well, we'll worry about the Kildare match, but yeah, you're right. Every game is going to come and take its own importance as we go. We'll focus on the Kildare, then we'll focus on London, and then we'll week off we'll go at Derry. So we come on now. We'll be looking to have wins belt 1 week, 2 weeks, week 3. That's what we're going for. Kildare's our focus, but realistically we have to have wins for the first 3 games, then go up to Antrim and take on Antrim, and then come back home and finish it off against Westmeath. Our target is to win the league. As I say, phase 1 is over, we're into phase 2, and it's Kildare, and then every week bar 1 after that, and we'll just work it as it comes. We can't look to Antrim. We look for Antrim once we finish out there against Derry, and we can't go any further than that. So it's Kildare, we deal with that, and then we move on to the next one and deal with the next one. You can only read a book page by page, line by line, word by word, and that's what we're going to do.